What is up, guys, and welcome back to Two Guys Rambling. Yet again, this is episode 12.
I think.
But was episode like 8.
Yeah.
So there was this whole, this is poor Sean has been waiting for this episode to come out for a minute now because it's our Cryptids episode.
And then we lost.
And when
everything.
I went back to go and edit everything, put everything together and put it out for you guys, all the audio was gone. Could not find the audio anywhere. Tried so many things to try to recover it. Could not get it. So here we are reshooting again. We're going to shoot today. We're going to shoot tomorrow. Do all kinds of things so that way this content still gets out to you guys. All you guys and gals up there. But we're super excited about this. Something that me and Javi really enjoy talking about. Sean enjoys talking about it. Mm-hmm. We know a lot about it. We talk about all this stuff all the time. So I'm super excited to have everybody here and talk about this. But if you get uncomfortable by scary stories and stuff like that, might not be an episode you want to sit in on. Just because it gets...
It's not like they're real. They're not going to break in your head. Well, I mean, the rake might, but...
yeah, exactly, right? But before we get into all of that, please make sure that you like, you comment, you subscribe down below. So that way you show support for the podcast, and make sure you hit the link as well too down there. So that we can find all the other stuff like the TikTok and the Instagram and all that good stuff. And show your support all across the board. Right now we're trying to get to 100 followers, 100 followers on YouTube. Once we do that, we're giving away 5 cigars. Once we get 1,000 followers on TikTok, we're going to give away 10 cigars. And these aren't like cheap ass cigars. No. Like this isn't something where you can
just... Rocky Patel or fucking...
This isn't where you can just go into your local club and then just pick out these same cigars that we're going to give you. There's going to be some stuff that you cannot buy anymore.
Gurkha, Rocky Patel, Romeo and Julieta, ain't it, dog?
Yeah, no. You're not going to get any of that stuff from us. You'll never
see us smoking that.
No, that's not something you get. Maybe I smoked a Rocky Patel one time.
Yeah, but not on camera, so it doesn't count.
Oh, so it doesn't count. That makes sense, actually. So please make sure you do that. We're going to get in, as always, we start every episode with a cut and a light. And, of course, the cut and the light is brought to you by Club Humidor of San Antonio. They've got 3 locations, Huebner, Thousand Oaks, and the best one,
San
Pedro. So please make sure that if you're in San Antonio or traveling through or coming down, whatever it may be, you stop and see the guys and gals at Club Humidor and let them hook you up with the good shit. Everybody that works there definitely has your best interest. So make sure you go in there, you hit them up because they are going to treat you right the way they treat everybody else right. Because everything that they have and everything that they sell is prime. You don't have to worry about how their humidors are held. You don't have to worry about any of that shit because all of it's going to be really, really good no matter what you do. So we're going to get into that. We're going to cut and light, and I'm so excited to finally smoke a cigar. Dude, I feel like it's been forever since I smoked.
Has it been?
I feel like it has been.
I smoked yesterday.
I haven't smoked in...
I smoked a La Requesa yesterday.
I haven't smoked since the last time we filmed.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
Remember the La Requesa, the Tatuaje? The one that's like box pressed and it had the red band.
Oh, yeah.
You got it from Gabe.
Yeah.
I smoked that one yesterday.
Those are really good.
It wasn't bad.
We're going to get into that as we are cutting and lighting. Of course, Sean's going to tell us a little bit about our cigars. Sean, tell us about them.
Okay. First, we're going to start with Matt. Matt is going to be smoking Arturo Fuente Añejo. Number 888. I'm assuming that's 888.
It's just 8-8-8.
And his is a Dominican full body. Again, I'm getting I'm getting this from Gotham Cigars. And on the other hand, Javi got his from Joe Torres at Club Humidor, but it was such a small batch, we don't have much info on said cigar, so we're going to go off of Javi's word here.
We both agree that that's one of the best cigars that we've smoked, though. You know, maybe we'll put that in the 10-pack bundle.
Maybe.
I think I got a couple left.
I have a box of them.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Maybe.
I really like the size. I think this one was called, the rabbit or something?
I don't remember, actually. but it's like a perfect
length and girth.
Don't make fun of my pillow either behind me.
Yeah, he's an old man now, you know. Has to take his arthritis medication too.
Sitting in this damn chair, man.
Why don't you tell him the significance though of the cigar you're smoking?
You
took off the band?
Yeah, what slipped off?
Oh, okay. I was about to say, you heathen.
The Arturo Fuente Añejo. This is quite possibly one of the hardest cigars to find, in everything, and I was really fortunate to get a box for Christmas, and I absolutely love it so much, and I'm extremely excited to smoke them. They're such a good cigar. It's a really, really good cigar, but it's a strong cigar. It's a very kick in your teeth cigar, but you get all the earthy and chocolatey notes. But you talk about a super rare and hard to find cigar. The Reserva Añejo 888, specifically the 888, is extremely hard to find. And so if you ever see them, and you can do it, buy the box. Buy the box, absolutely. Buy the box. Get on it. What's up? Huh? Club? What about it? I'm so confused right now. We already said we're sponsored by Club.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, poor guy, man. Look, the tech guy doesn't even know what the hell's going on right now.
Also, real quick, that way I don't think anything of it. The reason why Javi was laughing was because while I was moving my chair, I got a leg cramp.
Oof, those are the worst.
Yep, and I was just so confused on why I was freaking out. Oh, and then the cigar news. Can't forget about the warehouse that burned down.
Oh yeah, Arturo Fuentes' warehouse burnt down. Joe sent it to me, actually. He sent it to me after you and I were talking about it. He sent it to me and he was like, he sent it to me and I was like, dude, they have to make more angel share, man. How else are they going to still make angel share?
Yeah, exactly.
You got to burn it down every now and then.
Now you're going to have the limited edition fire cure to buy a real fire.
Yeah, he said that's how they make the God of Fire.
Oh my God. They just set the warehouse is on fire?
Yeah, that's super funny. He said that this is the second time in his lifetime that he's seen that warehouse burn down. Mm-hmm.
Insurance money?
Bro, that's what I said. Insurance fraud? He was just here in San Antonio.
Yeah, Carlito. What's up? Pull up the club. Hey, Matt, can you bleep what I'm about to say out?
Again?
No, I'm just kidding.
God almighty.
If
y'all watch the last episode, you'll see that we just have to bleep out everything Javi says every now and then.
Yeah, you know how it is.
All right, Javi, let's get this ball rolling. Let me start out by I'm sorry. I don't know how long this episode's going to run. I'm hoping that it's like an hour 40 like we normally do. But there's just no telling. There's just no telling how long this will go on because this is so much fun for us. So, let's get into it.
First.
Oh, you know what? Hold on.
What's up?
We have to drop an ad break. And the ad break will go now.
And we're back.
Just like that. Wow, look at that.
All right. First cryptid, Wendigos. The best. What I'll do is generally give like background on them.
Yeah.
And then we're going to talk about maybe like our favorite stories and why they'd be absolutely terrifying to run into in the wild. So basically, Wendigos, they're folklore from the Plains and Great Lake Indians. They live around the East Coast, which is like Canada and the Great Plains of the United States and the Great Lakes area. They're often like a malevolent spirit with human-like characteristics, but they can also possess humans. So when they possess humans, essentially the whole point behind a Wendigo, because what happened was it's associated with winter, cold, and famine. So the whole reason behind them is that they're trying to push the Native Americans not to eat human flesh.
Yeah.
Like, oh, times are hard and all that. Maybe we should just eat each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the whole point behind the story of Wendigos is to not eat human flesh. But, you know, people do whatever they want. So let's say they eat human flesh, then the whole story behind it is that you're going to get possessed by like an evil spirit, which you're going to have insatiable hunger and desire to cannibalize other human beings, and you'll just roam the earth forever, hungry, like extremely hungry. And Wendigos, they get about 8-9 feet tall.
Yeah, they're huge. They're massive.
9 feet tall. They can talk. The more people they eat, the taller and bigger they get.
They're really good at hiding in brush,
trees
and stuff like that. Like one of my favorite books by Stephen King, Pet Sematary, a lot of people don't know, is about a Wendigo. The Wendigo is what, when you go and bury something in the whatever, right, in the pet cemetery, and it comes back to life. It comes back to life because of the Wendigo. The Wendigo is possessing the body. And there is this great scene in the book where, in order to get to the Indian burial ground, you have to go over these trees, like these fallen down trees. You have to climb up them. And like they talk about how even that right there is just treacherous. And it's almost like put there by God to say, don't go this way. That even death will be better than going over there.
Dang.
Yeah. And so there's this scene where he's walking through the woods, and they're going through, and he's peering out into the woods, and he can see this tall, massive creature with antlers and stuff.
You know what's crazy though? The antlers, they say, is like it's like a more colonial type of idea of Wendigos instead of the true traditional Native American idea of Wendigos.
Really?
Yeah, like they don't have antlers.
Really?
Yeah, because they say skinwalkers have antlers, but
because all the depictions I've ever seen, they've always had antlers.
Yeah, but they say that's more of like a white man thing than a Native American.
Huh? Interesting.
But you never know.
Wendigos are one of my absolute favorite to talk about, though, because there's just so much there, dude. Like, and how real the Native Americans feel about them.
Yeah.
Like how it's like you don't talk about them. You don't.
Well, that's mainly skinwalkers. Wendigos, they don't really care.
Well, I mean, all of their stuff that they don't want you to talk about, right? Like they rather not talk about it than talk about it. But Wendigos, dude, are just
terrifying. See, but I feel like it'd be interesting to run into one. Like, I guess my whole thing is like,
bruh,
being in scary experiences kind of sounds fun.
Everybody says that until they're in it.
Like me and Matt and I are like absolutely batshit crazy. Where to go to bed, we listen to scary stories.
Yeah, we do. We literally go to sleep at night. Like I'm talking, like I'll turn off all my lights and stuff.
Me too. And I'll put it on my phone and
just go to sleep. Out. Go to sleep, man. They're good. They're soothing.
Exactly.
Like they're soothing in a weird way. I'm just saying.
Okay.
Sean goes to sleep with them too sometimes. I don't know why he's talking smack. But it's like Wendigos are one of those things that just, I don't know, dude. I don't know, man. I don't want to see one.
One of the stories I really like listening to was where this dude goes in the Great Lakes area camping with like his friends, and some of them are like Native Americans from the Great Plains, not the Great Plains, the Great Lakes.
Yeah.
And they hear like he equated it to like Predator when he clicks, like in the trees. Yeah. So he was with the Native Americans camping in the camping underneath the trees, whatever, in the forest, and he hears that and he asks them, "What is that?" And they're like, "Oh, that's when Wendigos communicate with each other. Like that's how they communicate." So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna tie a rope to one another. Okay. Because Wendigos can like mimic voices, like they can mimic babies crying.
Yeah, that's how they reel you out. That's how they.
And they're like, they hunt. They just want to get you by yourself to kill you, not like, oh, I'm gonna kill these 10 humans in a group. Yeah, like no, they're not doing that.
No, they're gonna lure you out, single you out, and lure you out into the woods, and that's why they say like
smoky.
And that's why they talk about like how even Wendigos, though, when they try to mimic somebody, like it still doesn't sound like
it's like distorted.
Yeah, it's like
they can't get it right.
Yeah, exactly. Like it sounds like somebody trying.
Siri was like trying to talk like a normal,
like
person.
Normal. Yeah. Yeah. So if you're in the middle of the woods and you hear that shit, don't go. Don't go.
So there's that one. Well, anyway, back to the story. So what they do is they tie like rope against one another. Yeah. And then they have to go to like an open area because Wendigos like to use like trees, brush, and all that to hide and ambush and attack. I was like, dang, that's kind of wild. Like, imagine just hearing that and not knowing, not having people with you who are like Native Americans who are educated on stuff like that.
God, yeah, and you go and look and you go and like investigate.
What is that?
Yeah, because you hear somebody crying.
And all of a sudden you're like, hey, dude, come over here.
Yeah.
Like, oh, who's
we're
Bill?
like, oh, it's somebody yelling for help, but it's like, hey, I got beer. Yeah, we got free beer over here. You want to share some? That's how they get you out there. No.
Wait, what kind is it?
Yeah, right.
Right?
It's Bud Light. I'm good.
I'm good.
I had to make that joke.
Honestly,
We'll be fine.
you know what? Hold on,
Uh-oh. What are you gonna tell us, Javi?
bro. Some lady was like, "Hey, you ever hear that Bud Light joke?" And I was like, "No." Right? You know what? We can't even say it in pop.
We can't even say it?
Nah, it's fucked.
Oh,
Because it's like a recent joke.
Yeah. No, I get where the joke's going.
Yeah.
Damn. Sorry, y'all. Make sure you build us that following so we can start saying those jokes on here.
Yeah, honestly.
Wendigos, though. Wendigos are something that... Can you find them in Texas?
No. They say it's mainly like a Great Lakes thing. In Texas, it's like skinwalkers and stuff like that.
Oh, that's better.
Yeah, it's way better.
Yeah, it's so much better. We get fucking skinwalkers.
Or like, kind of like, because there's a story me and Matt and I like heard about. It's called the Headless River Valley up in Canada.
Yeah.
I've always wondered if
You think
like
it's a Wendigo?
Well, they said it's a native. Okay, Headless River Valley. We're gonna give you like too long didn't read TLDR.
Yep.
Essentially, it is a river valley in Canada that is the size of Germany, and that the Canadian government does not allow people to go to.
Like you're not allowed to go camp in this area.
No, and the way to get there is by canoe or like kayak.
hike it.
You can't hike in because the walls. It's like a canyon
Yeah,
with
it's
water.
like literally a canyon. Like like they're like just picture a riverbed, and on both sides, it's just straight cliff all the way up.
And there's been stories all dating back all the way to the late 1800s of prospectors going over there, and their family won't hear from them for like a year or 2 years, so they'll go and they'll find like just their bodies beheaded.
They say there's a lot of gold there.
Yep, that's the whole thing. Is some of the prospectors will find like gold, and they'll like send letters from the closest town, like, "Hey, bring everyone. Like, we're gonna prospect these, get more gold." And then when people show up, cabin's abandoned, the dude's dead, the rifle's away from him.
They'll find all the tents and stuff like that propped
still
up,
there.
but nobody there.
And like even the Native Americans don't hang out over there.
Mm.
They refuse to. And there was like a story where they went to go look for a girl because she went missing during a hunting party in the Headless River Valley back in like the early 1900s. And the Native Americans, they ran into some Native Americans who told them like, because the party that was searching for the girl was hearing like screaming at the river, right? In the middle of the night, like crazy screaming. And these Native Americans come out and they're like, "Whatever you do, don't go towards the screaming and leave it alone. Like, don't fuck with anything. Don't mess with anything. We're leaving. We're getting out of here." And the Native Americans would tell them that there was like, they come out of the caves because they said there's a huge cave system over there, right?
Yep.
That these humans that are extremely pale, which I'm like, that makes sense because if you grew up and you're generationally living in caves, you're going to be pale because you're not getting that,
not
the
getting
sun.
sunlight.
So,
and you're only coming out at night.
yeah, exactly, to hunt, and then if they're very territorial, of course they're going to go and kill anybody there. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I'm like, nah, bro, Wendigos. Like that would be
or skinwalkers.
Yeah, or skinwalkers.
You know what I mean?
Because think about it, like. It's a tribe of Native Americans that live in caves, and they don't want to be messed with. And maybe like they did cannibalize at some point.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like evil, malevolent spirits, whatever.
Damn, that's fucking terrifying.
So you down to go or what?
I'll camp it.
Might as well,
we'll
right?
Just load up, dude.
We'll do Starlink and we'll live stream.
Dude, yeah, fuck it, right?
Headless River, and the connection gets cut. Never hear from us again.
Imagine. Look, listen. 50,000 likes in this episode, and we'll go do it. 50,000. 50. We're not gonna have 50,000.
We need the money to finance that one,
bro. It's Canada. It's not that bad.
Yeah.
Canada bans like guns and certain guns and shit now.
What? Fuck it. 50,000 likes. We'll do it.
We'll go with swords.
We'll do it. 50,000 likes. Bring it. Sean will stay back. Yeah. Sean will stay back for that one.
I'll stay back in the car.
Yeah. Okay.
On the boat.
Yeah, Wendigos are terrifying, and in that valley, dude, totally makes sense that it would be like a skinwalker or something, just because of how
Middle of nowhere.
Yeah, middle of
Why
nowhere.
is the government not letting people go there?
That's crazy. The government's literally having you not go out there. Because if you look at it, it's not that treacherous.
Nope.
Like there's banks on both sides.
Yeah.
It's just a cliffside. You can't climb up the cliffside.
No.
But so many people have gone missing in there and dead. And we'll get into like 411 later and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Where missing 411, where
people in the U.S. going missing in national parks, and it doesn't make sense.
And it doesn't make sense, but there's a pattern. There's a pattern to these people going missing. And sometimes, like we talk about, like, I guess we'll get into it now, the kids that go missing. Oh. And then they find them
like 20, 30, 40, 50
miles away. Miles away.
There was a story about that. I'll
yeah.
Later. But there's this kid, and he's like 5.
It's that little boy, right?
Yeah, he's like 5.
He looks shell shocked.
Yeah, he was like
That's
5.
exactly what he looks like. He looks shell shocked. But like his,
let me see if I can find
it's hard to even explain it.
He's so pale.
I'll put a picture of it up. I'll put the before and picture up right now. Because you see, on the left side, you see him before he gets lost.
And then he survived in just a onesie? Like,
yeah.
How?
Well, actually, that's the thing. He went missing in Montana. He
would have frozen to death depending on the time of year.
He is 3 years old. His name is Riker Webb. He lives in Montana in the middle of nowhere. Like desolate woods all around him.
Yeah.
They found him 2 miles. Or he survived 2 days alone in Montana wilderness. He was found 2 miles
2 days alone?
2 miles from his house? That ain't too bad for a kid.
2 days alone?
Yeah, that's so crazy.
And he's 3.
That doesn't make sense.
Another thing. The parents said that the clothes that he left in were not the clothes that they found him in.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah, and if you look at the picture, like you look at the picture on the left, and you compare it to the picture on the right, like he just doesn't look right.
Well, it's like those kids who say, the hairy man took me, the hairy man helped me.
Yeah, well, there's stories about like kids that'll get found and they have like dolls and stuff. Oh, not like regular dolls.
Yeah, but made out of nature.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess, do you want to hop into Bigfoot now?
Look at that. Oh.
Man, he looks terrifying.
Yeah, it looks almost
might as well hop into Bigfoot now then, right?
I mean, you want to get into Bigfoot?
Let's get into Bigfoot.
Ooh. I found
you found that already? Oh, God, I'm not ready to hear it.
Hey, you're ready for this.
I'm not ready to hear it. We're going to play it right now? Well, let's get into Bigfoot and then we'll play the Sierra tape.
Yeah. So, essentially, Bigfoot, everyone's heard of Bigfoot. Yeah, it's a hairy, humanoid, bipedal. Some people think it's an ape. Some people think it's our lost distance cousins. Normally in like the Washington, Oregon area, along with Appalachia, however you want to say it.
Appalachia.
Great Lakes area, mainly like up north, like not really Texas, but they say Louisiana has some.
Well, it's like swamp apes or whatever they call them.
Yeah, like skunk apes.
Skunk apes. There you go. Yeah. But they say there's sightings in Texas.
Dude, that's crazy though.
Yeah, there's sightings all over the United States.
Probably not in desert regions though, because it's the fucking desert.
Yeah, I've never heard of Sasquatch in
Arizona.
Yeah, hiding behind a cactus, like just one single cactus.
Hey,
out
what
there.
The fuck is that?
Yeah. He's like just standing behind the cactus, like trying to make himself skinny. But yeah, there's sightings and stuff like. I swear, I thought one time I saw one. Well, your ranch.
Oh, the upside down trees. Yeah. Tell them why that's important.
Yeah, one of the stories about how Bigfoot or Big Feet, whatever the hell, mark their territory or mark where they've been, is they flip trees upside down. So what I mean is I literally mean that the roots will be pointed upward, and dude, mind blowing. And Javi's ranch has a few of them. Our ranch is a mile away.
Yeah.
We have none.
Okay, now I'm weirded out.
We have none. There's not one single tree that looks like that.
Well, we had someone go and clear all that out, so.
Did y'all? Oh, man, you should have kept that. Yeah, but we've never had anything like that. Upside down trees?
Bro, that's so weird.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's crazy because, I mean, these trees were literally roots up.
But then you talk about the weird experiences we both had, like, in that area. Where it's like, one time my twin was saying that he's woken up, him and one of our friends.
Oh, yeah.
Like they're sleeping in the trailer and they wake up at the same time and the front door is open and they remember specifically locking it. And like, I'll tell my dad about this and he's like, if you don't think about it, there's nothing scary.
Yeah. We were out there a few days ago. Me and Dad went down there and I went to go help him do some stuff, and we were sitting out at night and we're getting down eating, and I look over, because if I'm looking, I can see where I can't see the road, but I know the road's there. Yeah. And there's like this bright orange light. Looks like a lamppost. Looks like a lamppost light. You know when you see it far in the distance?
Yeah. The scary ones that are orange?
Yeah, it's got that orange hue to it. Mm-hmm. And I was looking at it, and I remember him telling me that there's a new star that they see. Listen.
What the
so
fuck?
I pointed it out, and I was like, is that what you were talking? He was like talking to me. And I kind of like zoned in on this. And I was like, is that what you've been talking about? And he was like, yeah. Get this. When it got dark, it wasn't there. It wasn't until like 45 minutes after it was dark till it showed up. So we're looking at it and we continue to talk. And then all of a sudden it starts getting closer to the tree line.
What the fuck?
Mm-hmm. Gets closer to the tree line and then hits the tree line and then disappears.
Well, Brandon sent me a video of like they actually got like a UFO encounter on video, right? Where a dude's recording it in the middle of the night, looking at the sky, and you obviously see it like go, and they're pointing a laser at it, and it just like you can see the shape and everything, because I guess they said the laser they're pointing at it's so powerful that maybe it thought like you know how our military says like, oh yeah, we know they exist. We've locked onto them, tried shooting them down.
Yeah.
So they're like, maybe with the laser, it thought it was being lased. So it was like, oh, like, let me make evasive maneuvers and stuff. But still, like, what do you think that was?
We used to hunt with this guy named... Dude, there's so many things that you hear and you see in the woods.
And then a lot of people, if you ask hikers, backpackers, campers, they've all had a weird experience in the woods. And that's why my whole theory is that's why back then they were like, okay, sun goes down, go to bed.
Yeah.
Like, sun comes up.
That's why naturally as human beings, we're like, nighttime is time to
go to bed down.
Be at home.
I mean, I get it. It's because of predators, mountain lions, and all that. But I mean, what if like our ancestors were like, no?
Well, that goes into the whole thing that like, and this really freaks me out. Your brain can't make up like faces.
Yeah. So when you see something terrifying
in your sleep, like you've either subconsciously seen it.
Well, it's like the theory when you go into a room and you forget what you went in there for. Mm-hmm. It's because your brain's trying to cope with something crazy it saw in that room. You ever heard of that one?
No.
Yeah, so you go in there and you're like, what was I going to grab? They say it's because your brain's trying to cope after it saw something like traumatic.
Really?
Yeah, because like how little kids, babies are like, oh, you don't see the man in the in my bedroom? And it's like sometimes your brain can go back to that. And you'll see something like, what the fuck is that? But then it's like, nope. What was I in here for?
I wonder if there's a way to train yourself to not reject it.
What if you don't? What if it's better for you not to? What if the schizophrenic people are seeing something we can't? What if it's not actually like their mental illness is because their brain didn't develop that block? We're getting into, this is getting into conspiracy theories.
Yeah. It like your brain didn't mature to be able to say like, oh, like, we cannot see this. Like, we're not supposed to see this. It's not natural for us.
What if schizophrenic people are actually seeing things?
That's crazy.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, listen. Mind blown. Heard it here first, folks. Where's our Nobel Peace Prize?
Schizophrenia, you're actually seeing the demons are real.
Oh, no.
Right? If you have schizophrenia, you're listening to this, put it in the comments if we're accurate. No, right? You seen that video of the guy where he has schizophrenia? And he's streaming, and he has a camera right here, right? And he has a camera right here. And he goes, hey. And he starts talking to someone sitting next to him, right?
Oh, my God.
And then he looks at his computer, and he's like, pulls up the camera, and he's like, you're not real. Like, get the fuck out of here. You're not real.
What?
Yeah, and he knows he has schizophrenia.
Yeah.
But he has the camera there to help him know that person's not real.
Wow.
So he's like, you're not real. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, stop talking to me.
That's terrifying.
Yeah.
Hell no.
You know that's how some people find out they have schizophrenia? they start seeing people who aren't there, and then people who are friends with them are like, "Bro, there's nobody there." Like, and they're like, "Oh fuck." Yep. Terrifying.
That's terrifying.
Probably the most terrifying mental illness there is.
Yeah. Well,
I don't know. You see demons. You see crazy shit.
Yeah, that's true. That's
slowly
true.
lose your mind.
Yeah, you are slowly losing your mind, though.
By far, my biggest fear is sleep paralysis.
Oof.
That's my biggest fear.
This guy.
Oh, I get it all the time in my
this
house.
guy gets it all the time.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like, I'll call Matt the next day, like, I had another one.
Yeah. I've only ever had it once, and I'll never forget it because, God, this is terrifying. I was at my grandparents' house, and this is back in the day when me and my cousin Chris used to have 2 beds. We had 2 twin beds in our room, and it was in the upstairs room, the biggest room up there. My bed was pushed up against the window, and his bed was pushed up against the other wall. So when I'm laying down, my feet are toward the door that leads into the room, and I can see it, right? So if I'm laying down like this, I can see it this way because it's on my feet. And I remember waking up, and my dream was very different than everybody else's sleep paralysis, because everybody says that theirs is dark. Mine was the opposite. It was bright white. I was in the same room.
Aliens.
I was in the same room. I could see everything.
But it said it was like very bright.
White. Ivory white. White. Bright.
That's weird.
And there was this ear-piercing noise.
Like,
but loud, where it was hurting. It was hurting. And I look at the door, and it's just white. Just white.
That's weird.
It's white, but like a light, like the way they kind of say, like when you see the light at the end of the tunnel kind of thing. Okay, it looked like that. And I knew I was freaking out. Like I knew I was in my own head. And so like I literally all I remember was shutting my eyes and squeezing them. And then woke up the next morning.
Bro, you know what happens to me? So like mine, for some reason, I'll sometimes leave like the hallway restroom light on. Right? Just to backlight anything that's like going to stand in my doorway. Mm-hmm. So, I'm like, hey, yo, what the fuck is that?
Shooting light.
Yeah, exactly. That's why you put night lights in your house.
Yep.
So if someone breaks in, they silhouette themselves. Anyway.
A shooting light.
So essentially, I had it on, and it happens every time I do it. I'll have it on, and for some reason, my brain's like, hey, bro, maybe you should watch that door. Maybe someone's going to come in, even though we have 2 dogs, like, right there.
So do you fall asleep looking at it?
Yes. So, like, I'll look at it, and my eyes will close. I'll open, close, open, and then I'll think I'm still awake. But then, boom, someone's standing there, backlit, all black, right? Yeah. And I'm like, nope. So I'll close my eyes, try to wake up, and then I'll think I woke up, but I'm still in sleep paralysis.
Oh.
So then I'll realize, like, oh fuck, I can't move. So I'll like close my eyes again, and then I'll try to shake myself, move. I'll try to scream. Cassie's woken me up sometimes because she'll hear me like I'm gonna breathe into the mic how I breathe. She'll hear me try to like breathe crazy to wake myself up, because like I've had it so many times where it's scary like that. I had it to the point I went back to my 10-year-old self mentally, where I forgot that like Cass was there and everything.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh fuck, like I need to get my parents. I need to wake them up.
What?
Yep. Like maybe I can go lay in their bed. I'm so fucking scared.
Yeah.
And then I was like, wait. And then I actually woke up, and I was like, the fuck?
I had this dream.
Then I switched spots with Cass, and I was like, you're laying next to the door. Fuck that.
I had this dream. This is a couple nights ago. This is after we originally shot this episode. So it was a couple weeks ago. I had this dream where I felt like I needed to wake up. And the scariest part about it is that I was conscious. So I remember the thoughts I had, but I was asleep.
Oh, but you couldn't get up?
I couldn't wake up. I was asleep, and I could feel like I was hearing things.
And you're like, what the fuck is that in the room, right?
I'm trying to force myself to wake up. I can feel myself struggling, like straining
to open
my eyes, and I cannot open them. And I remember the complete feeling, because my only thought was, I need to get my gun. That was my thought. Terrifying. It's like, I need to get the gun. Like, I need to get my gun. Like, I can hear something. Like, something's going on. I need to get my gun. I need to get up. Like, I need to wake up. And the scariest part about it is that I was nowhere. It was dark. It was pitch black dark. It was like closing your eyes and looking at the back of your eyelids, right?
That's how
Like,
dark
it's
it was
dark.
in your room?
No, the TV was on. I'm asleep.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. Like, my eyes are closed, and I don't know if it was a dream. I don't know if I was in some weird,
like sleep state or something?
because I was fully conscious. I can remember all of it. I can remember every single moment of it. Like the moment we are sitting here talking right now, I can remember it. I can remember trying to force myself to wake up, but and I can feel when I'm I can feel like my eyes were open, but they weren't.
Yeah.
But it's just pitch black dark. And I remember straining my eyes to open them. Finally, I opened them and jumped out of bed, and nothing was going on. They went, checked the whole house and everything.
Well, have you ever heard, if you ever woken from sleep, there's a reason why you woke up in the middle of the night?
Yeah.
Because you probably heard something subconsciously, so your body woke you up.
Yeah.
So don't just, and go back to sleep. They say get up, look around, make sure everything's good to go, and go back to sleep.
Sometimes I don't want to look around.
Yeah, honestly.
You know what freaks me out a lot?
Yeah.
They say that. Have you ever been asleep, right? You think you're almost falling asleep, right? And you just jolt up because you felt like you were falling.
Yeah.
They said that's the angels taking you up, but they accidentally dropped you.
Like you're
I've heard that before.
Jesus.
Yeah. I've heard that before. Sometimes when you have dreams about you're falling and stuff like that, it's because when they were taking you up, they dropped you and you fell back down.
It happens to me a lot where I just jolt up.
Yeah.
I don't have nightmares. I mean, I've had.
Yeah.
What the
Oh,
fuck?
God. What a time for that to go off. What is it?
Amber alert.
Oh, Lord.
Damn, stop kidnapping kids, dog.
Literally. Stop kidnapping kids. My God.
I had anyway, yeah, that's fucking terrifying.
Mine definitely went off too. I'm not a bad person. I don't turn mine off.
Oh, you can turn it off?
Yeah.
Let me know how.
Okay.
Okay, we're moving on to the next one.
Yeah, let's get off of this.
So
we didn't finish Bigfoot.
Bigfoot?
We didn't finish it.
We'll circle back.
We'll circle back.
Is that what you call a flock of Bigfoot? Big feet?
Big feet?
Big feet.
There's a fucking gaggle of big feet.
Do you call them flocks?
There's a herd of big feet.
Yeah.
I don't know. Next one is skinwalkers.
Oh,
Skinwalkers are from the Navajo, and it's a Navajo witch that can transform, possess, and disguise itself as an animal or another human being.
Oh.
So it's not well known outside of the culture because the Navajo are very reluctant to talk about it. So the issue is getting accurate information because the Navajo's like, miss me with that shit. I ain't gonna tell you about it. And so basically, people become skinwalkers when they commit a taboo, whether that's eat other flesh or do something fucking that's a taboo within the Navajo culture. The only way to kill them is with white ash, and you're not supposed to talk about them, or else they're gonna be like, "I heard you talking about me. I'm gonna pull up."
Well, it's said that
We fucked that up.
the voice crack.
Talk about them all the time.
It's said that the more you speak about it, and the more you know about it, the more
Bro, we spoke about it so much.
Yeah, we've talked about them a lot. So we're definitely on their hit list somewhere.
So basically, the whole crazy thing about skinwalkers is they'll kill your dog and then they'll put themselves inside of its skin.
But it's not even just your dog. It can be
anybody.
I mean, almost anything and anybody. That's terrifying. Yeah, the biggest thing they say about is the tail.
It won't have a tail.
It won't have a tail.
Yeah,
so
it won't have a tail.
And it's funny because sometimes like me and Javi and Sean, we talk about this stuff a lot. Probably way more than we probably should. But sometimes subconsciously, when I see my dogs, I'll check.
Yeah, and they say they'll have human looking eyes.
Oh God, that's terrifying.
There's stories of this one dude where he was saying he lives in the country, and his dog comes back and his dog just starts acting weird. We're in the middle of the night. He'll wake up and it's just sitting there watching him. He's like, "Hey, yo, what the fuck?"
Oh my God.
But the whole thing is that's how it's kind of like how they say evil spirits can't come into your house unless you let them.
Mm-hmm.
So it's that's why it gets in your dog because then it can come in your house. Most of these things we're talking about.
because you're gonna allow it.
Well,
right?
shit, no. There's some scary stories with them breaking into people's fucking houses,
bruh.
Well, kids and shit. Yes, into people's houses? They'll kick in the door. Kids when they're by themselves or people, they'll basically try to open the door.
Mm-hmm.
or if it's locked, they can't, or they'll just go and tap on windows.
Yeah, I'm not about that.
Tap on windows, try to get you to look out and see them because they want you to know they're there. They love that terror.
Yeah, the fear.
The fear.
Mm-hmm.
So
what if you don't fear it? What if you mad dog it back?
What's up, bitch?
Yeah.
Right?
Like, just throw my pants down.
What's up?
And they start laughing at me. Like, no, stop it,
wait. All right. You mean kind of like Pennywise?
Oh. Yeah.
And
Like,
if you don't fear
Pennywise,
him?
you don't fear him, so like he doesn't want it. You know what I mean? Because you don't fear him. Like, he needs to feed off the fear.
Yeah.
So what if you stand your ground and like?
I don't think that works though, because the Navajo would just punk him out.
Just stand their ground. Then?
Hey, let's get everybody together. We're gonna beat this dude's
If I
ass.
have a pull of shit in my pants.
Jesus.
Yeah, you think if I shit myself that they'll still want me?
Right? Probably. Yeah, because there's
Wait, so white ash can I use like my cigar ash?
no, I think it has to
White
be like
ash.
from bones,
They said it's
From
like ceremony.
bones?
human bones, something like that, or
Okay.
I don't know. I have to look
Am I
it up.
supposed to just fucking keep a
Jar
box
of
of that
human
somewhere?
bones?
Yeah.
I read a.
I just pictured that from Pirates of the Caribbean
I could be wrong.
when Johnny Depp
I
or
know
when
exactly what you're talking
when
about.
Jack Sparrow's like, I got the dirt. And that's what I need. Is that what I need? So I just dunk my gun in and
Yeah, basically.
I heard a
Wow.
story. Well, I didn't hear it. I read it on Reddit.
Of course.
Matt, you read it too. He was with his friend and they were hiking, and they came out. They ran into some other hikers, and he said that it was super creepy because whenever they flashed their light on them, their eyes would glow. And if you
The
know,
people's eyes would glow?
Yeah.
Oh,
Hey, yo.
hell no.
and if you know, human eyes
Don't
glow.
reflect.
Don't reflect.
They don't reflect.
No. No. Oh,
Only
my.
animals.
Yep. Nope. Out.
Are you shaking, Javi?
Deuces. No, he was.
I'm trying to get the ice.
He was.
I was
Trying to get the
stroking
ice.
the air.
Yeah, he's trying to get the. He's trying to get the white ash.
Jesus Christ. I can't catch a fucking break. No, right?
Yeah, and the thing about skinwalkers too is like the more you know about them, the more that they want.
To pull up.
Yeah, that's fucking terrifying. But then you
Skinwalkers
also
are because they can run as fast as cars.
yeah, fuck that.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Though sometimes they'll act like animals to get you to
Like,
crash. When you're driving late at night,
You know what? One time there was this fucking squirrel. There's this fucking squirrel. One
run
time.
his ass over.
I was driving, right? And this little fucker was sitting on the sidewalk. We made eye contact. I watched him, right? Sitting on
He
there,
was
right?
like, watch this.
Bro, I got up, right? And I don't know what happened, but then as soon as I get maybe 10 yards from him, he decides to dip. Decides to try to run across.
Kill him.
It's like, what the fuck?
I've heard some people say that sometimes they'll like see deer
Mhm.
and they'll like swerve out the way, and when they turn the car around and where they get out, deer's gone.
Oh yeah, because they're trying to get you to get out and ambush you. It
Yeah.
was a fucking ambush.
Yeah, hell no, I'm not doing that.
Nope, especially going to the ranch. Fuck that.
Bro.
What's that guy
what?
from Star Wars say? It's an ambush.
It's a trap.
It's a trap.
And the other thing about skinwalkers too is that they can also mimic voices too.
Yeah,
Oh.
like babies crying and stuff.
Yeah.
But like,
But again, it sounds like it's not accurate,
and
you know?
they can take the form of like people,
Mhm.
Like of
not-
your friends or someone.
well, not
And that's
only-
why,
not
like,
only your friend, but like they can take the form of like new people, like people you probably never met before.
Yeah.
yeah, people that
Someone
they've killed
Yep.
before. And so that's why they say whenever you're going and camping, that you have to keep track of the amount of people that you have.
Yeah, that works for the goat man too.
Mhm.
You need to make sure who's in your group.
There's a story about these 5 campers that go out and they're camping. And there's like a few of them that are sleeping. I want to say there's like 3 of them that are sleeping inside of like an actual camper, and then 2 that are sleeping inside of a tent. And I want to say it was a skinwalker. I don't want to say it was a goat man. I want to say it was a skinwalker. And they're like chilling out and having a good time or whatever.
One of them's acting weird, right?
And one of them starts acting weird. And they're like watching him, and he's like, and it's only one person that really recognized him. Everybody else interacting, but they're not really
because only,
interacting
like,
with him.
It was like, this guy's my friend and those are his friends.
Yeah, exactly. And nobody could really draw the line back to where this guy was or whatever, or
Mhm.
whoever this fucking guy was. And so they kind of like everybody's interacting, but they're not really interacting with him necessarily because he's not really talking or anything.
Yeah.
And so they're like, the guy starts picking up and he's like, man, I really thought there was 5 of us. When did there become 6 of us? Kind of thing. And he's like, but he really doesn't bring it up to anybody.
Yeah.
And so it ends up going later into the night and stuff like that. And they're partying, having a good time. And they go in to lay down. And he says that he goes and he lays down. The guy never lays down.
Oh,
The
yeah,
guy
he
just
stays
stands
up,
there.
right? So he stays up too, right?
So he stays up and he just stays there watching him. And he just watches him until the sun comes up the next morning. He said the guy walks out the front door and they never see him again.
Fucking scary, dude.
Terrifying.
Mhm.
Terrifying. But you gotta like keep track of your people, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Because the skinwalker, like, and correct me if I'm wrong, but they also have a way of like infiltrating in a way where they also make you kind of forget.
Yeah,
about how
because
many
they
people
said they
you have
can
there.
fuck with your memory.
Yeah.
No,
Because you're like, no, like this is Jimmy. Like he fucking carpooled with us when we came over here. You know what I mean?
And
Like,
it's like, who
yeah,
the
like-
fuck is
like,
Jimmy?
no, yeah, like who the fuck is that guy?
Like-
Like I've never met this guy in my life.
like they can manipulate the way you think. And another thing they can do is like I guess you can say the region or wherever they inhabited. Like
yeah.
their block. You know what I'm saying? They can manipulate it to where it makes you think that you're going somewhere, but you're really just running in circles.
Oh, yeah, I heard about
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, I've heard about that too. But they also like clearings, don't they?
Yeah.
Like skinwalkers like clearings.
Yeah,
like to
they
have
don't
you in a
care.
clearing, yeah.
They'll ambush you anywhere. And then the next one is Lechuza.
Oh, Lechuzas.
So Lechuzas
Lechuga.
are heard all over Mexico and South Texas. So they're an owl that's basically, it's an owl that's a witch.
Yeah.
So a witch that will turn into an owl. They have the face of an old woman. They're normally a woman who was wronged and they seek revenge. They can mimic the cry of babies to lure people to come out so they can eat them.
Yes, they can be women,
Yes.
older women.
Yes.
But they can also be very beautiful young women.
Yes.
And that's how
Because they learn from the old women.
Mm-hmm.
So they're a bad omen. They signify death. They're so strong they can carry a grown man when they're an owl. They mainly show up during domestic violence and they feed off of like the fucking raw emotions.
Yeah.
And they prey on drunk men, newborn babies, and unbaptized babies. And the only way to fight back against them is salt, or you can cuss them out.
You can cuss them out?
Yeah.
Fucking bring it.
Like, get the fuck out of here, bitch. Like, what's up? Put your hands up. What's up?
Yeah. Lechuzas are one of those things that are really terrifying.
Oh, 100%. Because Mexicans believe in them so hardcore.
Hardcore. Do I tell the story?
Yeah. You told it last time. You got to tell it now.
There's like a family story that my grandfather, my dad's dad, owned a nightclub here in San Antonio, and actually not far from here is where it was. And he owned
doxes.
I'm not gonna say where it was. What do you call it? But he owned a nightclub, and obviously there was a bunch of people that would come in and out, right? And women that would come in and out. And so when him and my I guess grandmother had splitting up or whatever,
Yeah.
obviously like he did his own thing, right? Well, we used to have a neighbor, and I want to say her name was Mary. I can't even remember, dude. It's been so long. But she was from Mexico, like super Mexican. And it's funny because her husband was German.
Crazy.
Straight German. Like had Nazi memorabilia stuff. Yeah.
All right. Wild.
Yeah. Crazy. But whatever, right? So lived here forever, yada, yada, yada. There used to be in the middle of this in our driveway, my parents' house, there used to be this tree that sat in the middle. Do you remember that tree?
Huge tree.
Huge tree.
Kind
Massive
of,
tree.
very terrifying.
Yeah. Because there used to be pecan trees all over the damn property. Well, the huge tree in the middle of the driveway, and one day Mary goes over to my grandfather and says, "Hey, this lady came over, and in the block we live on, everybody knows each other, right?
Yeah.
Like everybody knows each other. Everybody knows the people that live around there. Like you'll know when somebody comes in, even if you don't talk to somebody.
You still know, like, who's
You know
in your
who lives there,
neighborhood.
right?
Yeah.
And so this Mary says that this lady came up to her door and was asking for like milk or sugar or some shit like that, right? And that's how they try to get in, right? You bad spirits can't come in unless you invite them in.
Yeah.
Right? And so obviously Mary's like, no, like fuck off. Like I have no idea who you are. She's like, oh, I live down the road. She said, fuck you. You don't live down the road.
Mm-hmm.
And so she kind of picks up like, oh, well, I know that my neighbor owns a bar. I'm pretty sure that all kinds of people go in there all the time. And I can only imagine that she's trying to get close to him.
Yeah.
So the way the story goes is that she goes and she reaches out to my grandfather and says, hey, look, this is going on. I know this is, they're trying to get close, whatever it may be. They're trying to get close to you, yada, yada, yada. One night, they said that this thing perches up in that tree and is just yelling his name. Just yelling his name. Saying it over and over and over again, yada, 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 right? They said that Mary, like a bad bitch she was, dude, gets the salt and a bunch of different herbs and stuff like that, right? Like that's what a lot of these
Mexican older women, right? Like you go to like the place where they do the candles, right? And they put the oil in there and the sage and yada yada yada, right? So she gets all the salt and the sage and stuff like that. And she said they said all she was doing is she kneels down and she starts praying. She's throwing the stuff out, mixing the stuff together, yada yada yada. Never see it again. Damn. Lechuza never comes back. But that tree started rotting. Yeah, that's why you guys had to.
That's why it had to get cut down.
Right?
Yeah. Took a few years for it to rot, but it started rotted, and tree had to come down.
Jesus.
Crazy, right?
Yeah. Lechuzas are like.
Did I already tell a story about that time me and Hunter were driving?
Yeah, you told that in a previous one. Yeah.
Okay. Because that was also crazy too.
Yeah.
Because I'll never forget, like we both saw it. And the craziest part about it is that when we hit the turn, because there's like a turn before that bridge.
Yeah. For
everybody that doesn't know.
It was around Donkey Lady Bridge, right?
No. This was.
Oh, no, it was the Missions, right?
Yeah, it was right here by the Missions. For people who don't know the story, if you haven't listened to the other episode, me and Hunter went to go pick up.
And for those of you that don't know about what the Missions, we're talking about like the historic missions that the Mexicans, the Spanish was set up to convert Native Americans to Catholicism.
Yeah. And so we turned the corner and we're getting onto this bridge, right? And it's a decent sized bridge. Like it's pretty long. And so I'm looking at the end of it and there's this huge, massive owl sitting at the other end. And I'll never forget this because the head was turned away. It was right there by Stinson.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Where it's pitch black.
Yep. Pitch black dark.
And the cemeteries are right there.
So, yeah. And so all that was illuminating it was the headlights. It was facing away for sure.
Speed up.
Dude, just clocked its head over. Dead ass clocked its head over. We both saw it. Turned around and looked at Hunter. Hunter said, fuck that, dude. Floors it, right? And we were dry. It was like a cool summer night, right? Like it wasn't yet summer. Like it was that springtime, right? Where it's cool outside still. If cool in Texas is 89 degrees. And so we're just going, right? And all of a sudden this clicking noise, dude, is just following the car. Just staying with us, dude. Truck. Following the truck, dude. And we're going behind Memorial Stadium. Once we hit military.
Gone.
Yep. Gone.
Shit's terrifying, dude. Because like what they don't tell you is a lot of San Antonio was built on like burial grounds. Like some of the South Side, it was built on top of like Native American burial grounds. And what they said happened was when they were developing the houses back then, they were just like, we'll just build over the bodies. Like fuck it.
Yeah, not move the bodies.
Nope,
we'll build on top of the bodies. Yeah,
so
a
like,
lot of San Antonio.
You can talk to a lot of people like Southsiders, and they'll tell you like they have weird experiences, like supernatural stuff inside their houses and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's because like these builders were like, who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
It's not our problem.
We'll be fine.
Yep.
It's whoever lives here's problem.
Our neighbor, he has a well in his backyard, right?
Yeah. Roy?
Bro, that's fucking terrifying.
It's straight up well. Straight up like mission style well.
Throw shit.
It's not like he built it or anything. Like that was
Throw
there.
cover on that bitch. What the fuck?
You need to throw sage on there, some salt. Salt blocks. So you can throw it down there. Hell no. I'm lucky enough that never have had anything happen here.
Right?
My parents' house. My parents' house?
Oh, yeah, the little boy.
What was that, Matt?
Huh?
What was that?
The knock? You're supposed to knock on wood. Knock on wood like
Tell them about the little
like
boy.
a superstition. I don't remember much of it.
Well,
but
you and
I used to
when
have.
we were kids, we used to hear people running around. Remember?
We used to fuck around too.
Yeah. We'll talk about that in another episode.
Speaking of that, that's another reason why I don't like going to Momo's house, because of the floorboards.
Well, the thing is though, is that her house is one in the middle of nowhere.
That makes it worse.
I don't think so.
Matt, there's coyotes in the backyard.
The fuck do the coyotes got to do with anything?
All right. So
What's going on with this guy right now? Anyways,
for insight,
hold
on.
What?
What explain to them?
I was in the middle of a story, but go ahead.
Momo's house. They don't know who Momo is, but our
grandmother. Talk into the mic, damn it.
Her floorboards are super duper old, right? So we step on them, they'll creak in, and it takes them a minute to like reset and creak back out. Well, after everybody's done walking around for the night, and we're all starting to go to bed, hear them creak back up, and Matt, you know what I'm talking about. It sounds like people walking around.
Listen, I've never, except that one time with that sleep paralysis, I've never had anything happen there. My parents' house, though, they used to say that I used to play around with a kid, and that like I used to have those old Tonka toys or whatever, and it was Sean. I used to have those old Tonka toys, and that they would purposefully close the door and lock it, and the next morning they would end up on the other side of the door. They'd find them on the other side of the door.
What the?
And so my dad was like, "Oh, well, he's got to be sliding them under the door," and like he said that he went to push it, and it just bounced back. Yeah.
So weird. Well, tell him he saw a little boy one time.
That I did?
No, your dad.
I don't even know if Sean knows this story, to be honest with you.
Hey, Sean, you're not going to sleep tonight.
So when Sean was born, he used to have a little bed that was on the footing of my parents' bed. Yeah. And Sean, anybody that knows Sean when he was a baby, he was obsessed with Handy Manny. Yeah, obsessed.
100%.
Like, it was terrible, right? And my dad said that one night that he woke up and he looked down where Sean was, because he woke up for some reason, right? Looked down, he could see Sean standing up on the bed. And he was like, "Sean, get into the bed." And Sean didn't do anything. He's like, "Sean, get into the bed." And he said that all he heard was Handy Manny. That, right? My mom turned around, like, wakes up, right? Because she hears him. She says she looks and she doesn't see anything. She looks back at my dad and she goes, "Who are you talking to?" And my dad looks back. They look up. Sean's asleep. And they said that my dad just lays back down and puts the cover over his head and goes back to sleep. Yeah.
Well, isn't that, there was another time where you saw the kid walking? Because this isn't the first, that wasn't the first, that was the first time.
Again, that's not like the first time they've seen, well, my grandmother, when Sean was a baby and she'd come over to babysit, she used to say that she could feel it. Well, another thing that happened there is that when we first had Igor in that house, we were laying down one night, right? Me and Chas were laying down.
Yeah.
And we're just sitting there watching a movie, right? And all of a sudden Igor stands up and he starts growling.
Yeah.
Right? And the bedroom door's open. And so he's looking out at the kitchen, because from my door you could see the kitchen. He's looking out that way. And all of a sudden he just goes like this. Jesus. And he backs up toward us and he just watches it. And he goes like that. And gone.
See, dogs are crazy because it's like kind of like Brandon's experience in the house in Corpus.
Oh, yeah.
When he's asleep. And we have a dog named Sabo, the anti-tank round. He's a Rottweiler Blue Heeler mix. So kind of like a red healer. I don't know. Anyway, he was a puppy, right? So he was hanging out with my twin. It's his dog. So my twin was sleeping because he was staying at the house in Corpus when he was going through college. So that was his primary residence. And he was sleeping and he always closes his bedroom door and locks it because, he lives by himself. Why not? So he said one night he woke up and Sable, his dog, was looking at the door and growling. And he swears that he was hearing on the other side of the door, Brandon. Hey, Brandon. And he was like, nah. Turned over and went back to sleep.
I don't even know how you go to sleep after that, dude. Just through the door.
Well, yeah, honestly, that's why he said, like, he ever since then, he'd always sleep with it, like his Glock next to him.
God, dude. Mm-mm. Hearing your name?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Hearing your name?
Oh.
Fuck that.
I have a story about that.
Fuck that.
The middle school that I go to, my robotics teacher told me a story once.
Mm-hmm.
She said that some kid died in a neighboring classroom next to the stairwell.
Oh, shit.
And you know what I'm talking about, right?
No. Talk into the mic.
And she said that sometimes when you're going down the stairwell, you'll hear your name. And most kids will come back and talk to you. She's like, hey, did you call me? You're like, no.
This guy keeps talking to the mic.
You can't hear me?
The mic, you sound way more clear when you talk into the mic.
Sorry.
You're good.
And like a month or two after that story, I heard it. I was walking to like take the attendance or whatever to the office.
Damn.
And I was walking down the stair when I heard it clear as day. Sean. So I walked back up and it was a feminine voice.
Yeah.
I walked back up and I went to my teacher and I looked at her and I nodded at her. She was like, what? And I was like, you didn't just call me? She was like, no.
Yeah. Nope.
Fuck that.
I'm out with that.
And then...
What were we talking about? I don't even remember. We're talking Skinwalkers, right?
Yeah, but we're basically done with it. We hit the gist.
Okay, cool.
So next, cryptid.
Don't fuck with Skinwalkers.
Because we're not talking about like every single cryptid, because we'll slowly break down. We'll have an episode here and there about cryptids and all that stuff. So next one is the rake.
Ugh.
So everyone's like, oh, the rake came from a creepypasta. Like, it came from an online. But fun fact, so we'll get into it. The rake is a pale, hairless humanoid creature, right? So it really came to light in 2006 when like different victims who have seen it or had something happen to them with it kind of like started collaborating together with research and stories. So they discovered 24 documents ranging from 1691 to 1964 about the rake.
Specifically saying the rake?
So it was giving not examples, but they were all saying the same thing. They all said rake.
Really?
So like a mariner's log from 1691, this is what he said. He came to me in my sleep. From the foot of my bed, I felt a sensation. He took everything. We must return to England. We shall not return here again at the request of the rake.
Oh my god. When was that?
1691.
1691?
Mm-hmm. And then someone else, I gotta find it. Because someone said something before they unalived themselves.
Unalived, there we go.
When there were...
I remember you saying, because they read a note, right?
This person unalived themselves in 1964.
Okay.
As I prepare to take my life, I feel it necessary to assuage. Assuage? Yeah. Any guilt or pain I have introduced through this act. It is not the fault of anyone other than him, for once I awoke and felt his presence, and once I awoke and saw his form. Once again I awoke and heard his voice, and looked into his eyes. I cannot sleep without fear of what I might next awake to experience. I cannot ever wake. Goodbye. So it was found in a small wooden box. There were 2 empty envelopes in there to William and Rose, and one was a personal letter with no envelope. Dearest Lenny, I have prayed for you. He spoke your name.
Oh.
Right? So there was that one. Then there's one from 1880 in Spanish. I have experienced the greatest terror. I have experienced the greatest terror. I have experienced the greatest terror 3 times. I see his eyes when I close mine. They are hollow black. They saw me and pierced me. His wet hand. I will not sleep. His voice. And then it was unintelligible. But the reason it popped up in 2006 is because a lady was saying that her and her husband one time, well, her husband woke up first and he saw this like misshapen humanoid thing sitting at the foot of the bed. So he immediately turns to his wife and like kind of like tenses. So she wakes up and she looks at the foot of the bed because she thinks he was moving around the bed, and she sees it, but she says she feels bad for it because it's like, oh, it looks ugly. Like, what happened to it?
Yeah.
Right? So...
Well, that's something that the rake can invoke, though, right?
The rake, I think it permanently looks...
No.
Oh, you mean like
like
empathy?
it can invoke
Yes,
that
empathy,
emotion, yeah.
So what's crazy about it is the rakes can get in your house. Like, that's not an issue. So the reason it's crazy about the 2006 one, because she says her husband sees it, she sees it, and they kind of freak out. But they're not moving because they don't want it to notice that they noticed it. Mm-hmm. Because that's what it does. It'll terrify you so much to the point it kind of drives you crazy, then it'll kill you. Right? So it'll come when you're asleep, and then it'll sit at your foot of your bed, so you wake up, see it. Well, the husband, he saw it, got terrified, and went to his side of the bed and stared at him and grabbed him, right? Like, touched him.
Okay.
And then it got up and ran into the hallway to their daughter's room. So they freak out. They chase after it. I think it bit the daughter or something because there was blood.
Okay.
So the husband takes him and the daughter to the emergency room and all that. They can't find the rake. But they start talking to neighbors about it. And the neighbors are like, you're seeing him too?
Oh,
like, he's in your house too? So it was a huge phenomenon in that city to the point the news picked up the story in 2006. Boom, media blackout.
What?
Yep. You can't find news articles about it. But everyone talks about, like, oh no, like, we all saw it in this one area. Yeah. I don't have the name of the town, though. So that's the one that's, for me,
Sean, can you maybe look that up? See what town that the rake, like, terrorized in 2006?
Yeah. No, 2003, technically. But they didn't really start talking about it in 2006. But the rake's fucking terrifying, dude.
Well, the fact that it can get into your house without
an issue?
Yeah, that's terrifying. Mm-hmm. That's part of the reason why I love that I have dogs, though.
Yeah, dogs are like the best.
They're gonna warn you know what I mean? Yeah. Can you kill this thing? Can you shoot? What if I shoot it?
Nobody has really information on it.
So own more guns.
Just blast at it.
Just blast it.
Like a pirate ship. You know how they drop the little doors and they just start shooting cannons?
Yeah.
And it just puffs
just like
smoke?
That? Like on the side of my bed?
Yeah, but instead you're just picking up new guns.
Yeah. And you just keep going. You know, and that's my problem with scary movies a lot of the times, that they don't keep going.
Mm-hmm. Like the Michael Myers one?
Like, yeah.
Someone?
Like, dude, I'm going. We're
like when they circled around Michael.
Yeah.
And they were all taking turns. Bro, curb stomp him. Everyone jump in. Just everyone start beating the fuck out of him. But he's a supernatural entity.
At once,
yeah,
right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
But he's a supernatural entity. You can't kill the devil. Blah, blah, blah,
Why are you looking at images?
So that's Archangel Gabriel, bitch. All right.
Why are you looking at images, Sean? Why are you looking at images?
I'm trying to figure it out.
What? So we're looking for articles. Rake. Just look up what town did the rake terrorize in 2003?
Rake. R-A-C-K, right?
What?
R-A-C-K?
Hey, how much time are we at?
R-A-C-K?
Yeah. No, R-A-K-E.
Oh, R-A-K-E.
Sean, how much time are we at?
Like an hour or something. Hour and some change.
Yeah.
What's an hour and some change?
Hour, I don't know. Sean's blocking the thing. Hour, 8 minutes. Yeah, we're doing fine on time.
Okay, good.
Because I'm dying over here. Do you need a break? Oh, okay.
That's not going to solve this problem.
Oh, okay. All right. That's good. What do you call it? Yeah, that's the thing that terrifies me the most about the rake, is that you don't have to invite it in.
No, it can just get in.
It can just get in your house.
Yeah,
like,
no issue.
That's what's terrifying about that, because most of the things, right? Like, you have to allow them into your house and to do all those things. And so, that's, no, I'm not about it. But, and the rake also kind of looks like a skinwalker though, right?
Well, they say it's...
Because they're both like all hairless and
they say it's kind of like confusing because there's a difference between crawlers and the rake. Crawlers are kind of like the rake, but they're not the rake.
The rake has those long ass nails, right?
Yeah. Ugh. Crawlers are like humanoids that walk around on all fours. Mm-hmm. But there's a video of a YouTuber that ran into a crawler in his backyard in Florida, and he's recording, right?
But it's through like the netted.
Yeah. That one's scary because the dude's videos aren't dedicated to. He's like a car mechanic, so he has videos of him fixing cars. Boom, video of the crawler, back to videos of cars, and he never talks about like
He just never talks about it
again. Yeah,
hell no,
because like
either.
he sees it and he sounds genuinely terrified. Like if this dude, there's, you know when you can tell someone's acting when it's real. This dude was not acting, right? And then he calls his priest, and his priest gets on the phone, and his priest starts freaking praying, and he puts him on speaker and stuff.
Oh god,
yeah. And I'm like, fuck,
dude, that's terrifying. Like, what do you do? Like, do you shoot?
Fuck yeah, dude.
What if you piss it off more than anything?
Well, at least you know, just like Arnold said in Predator, if it bleeds, we can kill it.
Hey, there we go. Yeah, I guess so, right? How about that thing? Fuck that. What's the next thing? God.
Next one's going to be, well, we could get into Dudleytown, Connecticut.
Oh, yeah.
So, essentially, Dudleytown.
Did you find it? No? Okay.
Damn.
It just says that it's a. Hold on, let me find it again.
They're all going to say it's a creepypasta.
Yeah.
Well,
So
Go ahead.
it's a northeastern America cryptid.
Oh, okay.
damn. So, Dudleytown, Connecticut's an interesting one. So, it's an area, you cannot go there. Do not go there. It's illegal to go there. If you try to go there, they will fucking arrest you. Anyway.
Don't go.
It's an area inside of Connecticut where back in the early 1900s, a doctor goes over there with his wife, sees this beautiful area, and he's like, you know what? I want to buy this land because the trees, they're like huge, amazing. The canopy covers the forest floor. There's wildlife, animals. He fucking loves it. Buys like 100 acres.
Yeah, it's your dream property.
Right? His dream property. So him and his wife start building a house on there. He tries to get contractors from the local town to help him. They all tell him no. Everyone tells him no, they're not going to help him build a house there. And so he has to hire outside help, whatever. Well, he comes to find out that everyone thinks the place he bought was cursed because there used to be a town there. Because when he's building his house, he's finding foundation from like old houses. Okay. And he's like, what the fuck happened here? So back in the like late 1700s.
Okay.
Probably early 1800s. We'll play it safe, say early 1800s.
Okay.
A group of 50 settlers moved there, right? And a lot of them go crazy or kill themselves. So one of them kept saying at night he was seeing things in the woods. And people were like, no, we don't believe you. We don't believe you. Kills himself. He hangs himself. And then people were getting hurt in freak accidents. People were getting hurt by animals, allegedly.
Yeah.
So they abandoned the settlement. So that doctor... So the people who lived in the surrounding area knew about that story, but the doctor didn't. But he bought the property.
Not knowing.
Yeah, not knowing. And then he built himself like a beautiful pool outside. He has his dream house, right? Well, he's like chilling in the pool and stuff. And he's like, damn, I can hear the owls. Everything's so beautiful and stuff like that. Well, then he has to go make a trip for a month. He has to go to, I think it's like New York or something by train. His wife's going to be by herself at their house. And he's like, you'll be fine. Like, it's only going to be a couple days. Maybe like 2 weeks, not a month. Maybe I'm over exaggerating. And so he comes back, hits the train station. His wife's not there to pick him up. So he's like, what the fuck? Where's my wife, right?
Yeah.
So he goes home. And he said he starts getting uneasy because now he's starting to realize how terrifying the forest is. Because he's starting to hear weird noises. Because he gets home at night. He's starting to hear weird noises and stuff. And like, he's like, what the... Like, hears stuff moving around in the forest around him. Well, he goes to his house. His front door's slightly open. And he hears this ear-splitting noise, right?
Okay.
Coming from the bedroom upstairs. And he's like, oh, fuck, like, maybe something happened to my wife. Maybe something's attacking her up there. Let me go. He gets to the bedroom door and he realizes it's someone laughing. Like, cackling. Like, right?
Oh, yeah.
Opens the door. His wife's in the fetal position. Her mouth is open. And the laugh's coming out of her mouth. But she's not, like, moving her mouth. No.
Oh.
Right?
God.
So he gets her admitted to a sane asylum, I think in the 1920s or something. And she'll go on to, like...
Unalive herself.
She unalived herself.
Dolphin noise. Write it down.
Because... so what he came to find out is a lot of people in the town were saying they were seeing stuff at night. Creatures and stuff they couldn't explain moving around the forest. And it was really freaking them out. And so most of those people would leave. Or the one dude who unalived himself because he would see them every night and nobody would believe him. What? So now if you go, there's YouTubers. You can watch it on YouTube.
Uh-huh.
They'll go and they'll be walking out of nowhere. Someone will come out of nowhere and be like, hey, you can't be here.
What?
Yeah, and they'll like kick him out.
What if there's like a cult there?
Maybe.
And they like...
Because a private entity bought the property.
Really?
Yeah. But there's people whose jobs are to patrol it and kick people off. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
What if you find out that says government ties?
Probably. I wouldn't
Like
doubt
government doesn't want you there.
Yeah. Weird shit goes on there.
Hey,
Hell no.
what's the...
Wendigo?
No.
Oh.
Speaking of the government, what's the place in California? No, it's not in California.
Oh, Bohemian Grove.
Bohemian Grove.
We'll
yeah,
get into
but
that one
that's
later.
a conspiracy. That's a conspiracy episode one, not a cryptid one necessarily. You know what cryptids always kind of piqued my interest? Mothman.
Oh,
I
yeah.
feel like Mothman's overrated.
That's pretty fucking crazy. That's a giant
Moth? That's a
But
man?
did you-
It's a man.
Did you hear
That's
what he's tied with?
terrifying. What?
He's tied with like, not necessarily bad luck, but he's a warning that something.
Catastrophes.
Yeah,
gonna happen.
catastrophes. Yeah.
There's a story.
Yeah. That he was on that bridge before it collapsed.
Yeah.
And,
I don't think
All kinds of
Mothman's that
stuff.
cool.
what
Because
a
he's not terrifying. He's like, wow, that's a moth. that's a moth.
catastrophic damage.
Yeah, but he ain't going.
A whole bridge fell,
He ain't
Javi. A
going-
whole fucking
Okay,
bridge.
okay.
He ain't
but-
going and smoking people
But
himself.
I guess
Javi,
not.
Javi, I don't think you understand how big he is.
No, I know. He's like, what, 10 feet tall?
Well, not only that, but I mean, somebody said that there's a story.
It's a story where you like tried to pick up a fucking car.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to
Fucking
think.
car, and like the whole hood of it was all damaged. Like it looked like. How do we change clothes so fast, Javi?
We're reshooting the ending.
we
It's-
had some stuff come up,
It's my fault.
and and now we had to stop shooting, and so now we're gonna pretty much. I didn't even realize that I'm having like technical difficulties over here. Good lord. So now we're gonna finish shooting the rest of our cryptid podcast,
Mhm.
even though we're in different clothes. I hope this freaked you out. It's all paranormal
It's
stuff.
going to be a different cigar, you know?
It's all different cigars. You don't gotta worry.
Different timeline.
Well, I guess let's cut in a line. Let's get into this.
Well,
right?
see, I don't have to cut.
You
Because
don't
I
have to
got
cut. You already cut.
cracker crumb.
Oh, man, cracker crumbs are so good.
So basically, I'm smoking a cracker crumb. It's from Tatuaje, essentially. It's one of their lines.
I got a Tatuaje too.
Dang. Yours is that I can't say.
This is it's Connecticut. I know that. I hope all of you are doing great out there. We're literally shooting back a week after
We're supposed to be
we're
finished.
supposed to be finished. So this thing is gonna get filmed tonight and edited tomorrow and put out Thursday.
Yes.
Have you ever put out that quick, Javi? I was wondering.
Nah, they got to take me to like somewhere expensive first, so I
Oh,
know
yeah?
it's worth putting out.
So you know it's worth it? We got that Dan Elton John song stuck in my head. I hope everybody's Memorial Day week. We're after Memorial Day already.
Yeah.
It's literally been a week, so hope everybody Memorial's Day was great. I hope everybody's had a great time. I hope all of y'all spent time with your family. And for everybody that was in the woods, I hope you got some scary stories now. I hope maybe you heard some shit out there or something.
And I hope something followed you home.
Jesus Christ.
Right, that sounded like rape.
The rake. No, I hope everybody's Memorial Day was great. I hope everybody, listened and was able to accept? No. Was able to appreciate why we celebrate Memorial Day.
Yeah,
you know?
100%.
And I hope you liked our Memorial Day episode because Javi put a lot of work and a lot of research into it. Listen, for the episode we're recording tomorrow, I'm very sorry, but there's a lot going on in the news. So I'm ready to talk about some news, man.
Wait, so you guys are gonna see our cigar event podcast?
I don't think we're gonna do a podcast.
What's a
I
live
think what
stream?
we're gonna do is we're gonna do a live stream.
Oh, okay.
We'll just live stream it on YouTube. We'll live stream it on Instagram. We'll live stream it on wherever the hell we can get on it.
I got you.
Have Matt Booth on.
Hopefully.
We'll grab his ass. We'll grab him. I'll grab his ass and bring him over to us.
I bet that'll work with him.
I bet it'll work. Honestly,
Yeah.
honestly, he's a little.
Hopefully, next episode's with Joe.
Yeah, and then hopefully the episode after that will be with Joe. But we'll talk more about that here at the end. But so last we talked about rakes, we talked about Wendigos, we talked about Sean being a creepy ghost boy when he was little.
I think
Sean, how was it being a ghost boy when you were little?
difficult,
Yeah, you're not talking into the mic.
It's been a week.
It's been a week. You forgot how to talk into the mic. Sorry, I got that dead silence there for a little
Yeah,
bit.
I know.
Sorry, I had to take a puff.
I was like, where do we go?
I think we left on Bigfoot.
I think that's where we're at.
we're at Bigfoot.
Javi said we're at Bigfoot. We've got some audio to play for y'all
Oh, beautiful audio.
about not about Bigfoot, but a alleged big feet talking to each other. Big feet? I don't know. We're still in this debate.
A gaggle of big feet?
A gag.
It's a flock of people.
Who gives a flying flock? We have some audio to share with you, and before you listen to this audio, just be ready for what you're about to hear.
Yeah, so essentially it was recorded audio from 1971 at Sierra Camp. I don't remember exactly what state Sierra Camp's in.
It was the Sierra Mountains in 1970.
Yeah, but do you know what state?
Yeah, where's the Sierra Mountains at? You know,
Let's find that out.
But essentially it's like a group of guys who had a hunting camp deep in the woods. We're talking probably 20. Well, I'm say between 20 and 40 miles from the nearest road.
California.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
That
makes sense.
They see Bigfoot all the
that's
time.
The big feet area.
looks like a Bigfoot.
But essentially, it was the Sierra Mountains, and these guys had a hunting camp for anywhere from 20 to 40 miles from the nearest road. And they're talking about one instance where they're getting rocks thrown at them. And normally, I'm pretty sure that's how it starts. And normally, when you get rocks thrown at you in the woods, it's because, Bigfoot's trying to be territorial, and they're trying to,
They're like warning shots.
Yeah, get out of here.
Yeah, you need to get away. I was watching this video one time. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you
No,
off.
you're good, you're good.
Watching this video one time of this Indian reservation,
Mm-hmm.
and they tell stories about there's a certain area where they paddle through on their canoes that they already know, hey, keep an eye out for rocks. And they're talking about rocks like this.
Yeah, because they'll chuck them, right?
Yeah. Because they're obviously strong, right? Because how big they are. So it's huge ass rocks. And they're like, hey, when you're going through this area, you need to make sure that you're careful because they will throw stuff.
It's kind of be respectful of their territory.
Exactly. So, but that goes into your story about them throwing rocks.
Yeah,
and stuff
so they were
that.
throwing rocks, and then they're hearing hooting, and you'll hear it screaming.
I'm telling you, this every single time I hear this audio,
It's
I
scary.
hate it.
Yep.
It makes you feel like your skin's crawling. And I want to make sure that when we're playing this audio, one, we don't get copyright struck. So let's make sure that whoever posted this audio, we're giving them credit. But I want y'all to listen to this audio and listen to it with an open mind. And we'll tell you a little bit about the audio afterwards because there have been scientists that have looked into it,
Mm-hmm.
and they even talk about it a little bit.
It isn't faked.
Yeah. So do you have the audio, Sean?
Yeah, I got it right.
Listen closely.
Look, we got to finish the story.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Sorry. Jumping the gun.
Essentially, they go and hide inside of they don't even really have a cabin. It's just literally 4 log walls, and we're not talking good for Abraham Lincoln putting a cabin to get
Why was that what I was thinking of?
right.
Sorry to cut you off, but the recording I think is through a slip in the log wall.
Yeah, they're inside of the house or whatever.
They're inside of it, yeah. And they're looking out, and they see essentially Bigfoot moving around. Big feet, Bigfoot. And I believe either the first time around or the second time around is when they start recording.
Okay.
When they're all hiding inside of the log cabin because they're scared out of
Yeah,
their
because they
mind.
hear it first, then they all run in.
run in.
And I think they were saying there's not even a lock on the door,
No,
right? Or
there's
something,
not.
right?
Yeah.
They're just bracing it because they're
It's
so terrified.
Clone Wars when they're peeking out and they're looking for Grievous and they're where is he? It's kind of like that.
Yeah. No. Yeah, that's como se dice, fucking terrifying. That's what it is. That's all I got. We're ready?
Yeah.
Yeah, you've got the audio. Let's play it. So everybody, Keep an open mind. We're going to try to put this as close to the mic as possible. I wonder if I can drop in the audio, actually. I don't know. Anyways, let's see how it sounds. If it sounds good, then we'll keep it. If not, I'll just insert the audio. Whatever works. Go ahead.
I'm getting this from UFO Plus on YouTube. So
Okay.
I'm going to get copyrighted.
Of course, it's UFO Plus.
God. You can put it closer, Sean. That's it right there.
And it's one of the humans, like, making the noise.
Yeah, trying to mimic. Every time.
There's two of them across the creek at the big rocks.
Ugh. I can't.
This is more than what Mr. Ballin showed.
Yeah, this is like a longer bit of the video. I think that's good. I mean,
We were all talking about it.
Just to clarify, the one that you hear that's like super close to the mic, that's the camper trying to impersonate.
yeah,
them.
trying to mimic them. Yeah. That video, like I said, no matter how many times I listen to it, I never get used to it. It
No, it's-
always makes me feel
It's weird.
unsettled.
Yep.
The like it's its own language.
Yeah,
It's-
it
it's-
sounded weird.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
It's weird because they switch. They go from the and then they start saying like gibberish.
well, it sounds like gibberish to us, right? Like we have no fucking
But
idea.
like at the end, it sounds like they say some like eligible words.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Yeah, and trust me, I've tried to listen to it and be like, oh, you know,
That's
what they're trying to say, yeah. And I just can't. And scientists have listened to this.
It's
and-
like
and-
a audio scientist or whatever.
Uh-huh. And they were saying, one, it's not faked.
And there's no way to. And for 1971, there's no
Mhm.
way to
Fake the audio.
fake the audio.
Like to auto-tune it or something like that.
Mhm.
Like there's no way to do that. And they were also saying like the octaves, the way the octaves change, there's no way for a human being to be able to change those octaves.
Oh, and they said that because of the octaves and all that, and
Mhm.
the voice, whatever levels, whatever, that they were estimating the height of the creature talking is 8 foot,
Oh,
at
Jesus
minimum
Christ.
8 foot.
Imagine being in the woods and hearing that.
You know that they can't find Sierra Camp anymore
I heard. That's what I've heard. Like they've tried to like go back to where it was, and they just
because
can't
the
find it.
original guys didn't want to tell anyone.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Because they were that scared, or because they wanted to keep it a secret?
I think because they wanted to keep it a secret
Mm.
because they don't want like more people going and I guess disturbing.
Whatever's out there.
Yeah,
That's kind of cool, actually. At least they're not trying to be into like a fucking roadside attraction or something.
I'm sorry, dog, but I hear that in the woods. Bigfoot's
Yeah,
dying.
no, yeah, we're shooting out. I don't care what kind of rocks you have. You better be able to knock down these bullets, bro.
Yeah.
Because I'm just all I got.
Mhm.
There's no way in hell.
Fuck
Hey,
that.
Hell
Hey,
no.
it's all fun and games.
Abunda
until
la
you-
caca. I'm
it's all
not.
fun
No.
and games until you-
Yeah, right? They sound like
No.
freaking like tribesmen.
They sound like tribesmen, dude. Like that's the scariest part about it. And it goes back into that whole thing of like right now, we're literally seeing apes in the stone. We talk about this all the
Stone
time,
Age.
but we're seeing them in the Stone Age. How do we know that whatever
See,
these creatures are?
But
are,
it kind of
like,
doubles
advancing?
back to like they say our evolution doesn't make sense in the aspect of how fast it is.
Mhm. Yeah, when you figure how long, it's a weird thing, and I was so happy when I heard Joe Rogan say this, but like when you say 300 years ago, that's 3 generations.
Yeah.
That's not that long ago.
No, it's not.
That's
Wait,
our great grandparents.
you hear something?
I met my great grandparents.
You hear something interesting about Cleopatra?
What?
She's closer to the iPhone being made than she is to the pyramids being made.
Oh, I know. I heard that. Yeah. Like it's absurd the way things. Did you know that Betty White was older than Anne Frank? Yeah, she was like a year older than her. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like these things in history that we think about haven't been that old. The United States isn't that old.
Oh no, that's why Hey, can you bleep this out?
Sure,
Okay,
let's go. Let's
bleep
do it.
out. That's why all those I'll just say European people. I was gonna use a different name for them. All those Europeans are like, America is gonna talk about like cuisine and politics. Their country's so young, they don't have room to talk.
Hey, did you? If somebody from England tells you like, oh, all the best cuisines are in England, ask them what the cuisines are. They're all
true.
French.
Yep.
They're all French restaurants.
And then
They're all Italian restaurants.
Yep.
Nobody's fucking going over there to eat crumpets. The fuck's a crumpet?
yeah, their palate's pretty bland. 100%.
I'm not going over there for biscuits and tea. I'm going over there for
They're
some
literally cookies. They're not
escargot.
biscuits, dog.
Yeah. God. Sierra Camp. Good Lord. We went off on a tangent there. But talking about Bigfoot, I swear I saw one time. I swear.
Where?
You
My
sure it wasn't-
grandparents.
You sure it wasn't Dad?
I'm pretty sure it wasn't Dad. What do you call it? That's such a brother joke right there. What do you call it? We were leaving. My grandparents kind of live out in the woods. Well, not kind of. They do live out in the woods. And when you pull out of their subdivision, because there's subdivisions, like at this time was in the middle of nowhere. There's more and more stuff out there now. But when we used to go out there, it was like you'd pull out and it was just dark. The road was dark until you got to
Civilization.
Yeah, exactly, right? And I'll never forget, we turned the corner, and when we turned the corner, my mom was kind of like going around this little corner like kind of slow, so the red of the back lights were like glowing. And I used to have this habit of like looking up in the rearview mirror, and I saw something huge run by. Huge, massive. I swear, I can picture it right now. And it ran from where we turned behind it. So we're turning this corner like
someone
this.
Following you guys?
Yeah,
like
no
a
kidding,
murderer?
right? Seriously. We like turned this corner and I saw it go this way, like across the road and into another property of woods.
What's more scary? Being hunted by a Bigfoot or another person?
Another person.
Right?
Yeah, Bigfoot don't got guns. But I know I do.
Everybody, like, people always say they're like ghosts.
Bro, what if, hold on, sorry. I don't mean to cut you off. I'm really sorry. But what if Bigfoot's running at you, right? You bust it out, bah! Doesn't even flinch.
That's what I was going to tell you. I
Then
was
you
like,
need a bigger gun.
that's what I was going to tell you. I was like, imagine
Just-
you unload a clip in him and you just like standing like... brushes-
Excuse me, sir. It's magazine.
yeah.
This guy.
Anyway.
Boo.
Yeah, honestly, if he doesn't do nothing,
Yeah.
save the last one for yourself.
Oh, no.
He like
Oh,
looks
no.
he like looks down and like brushes the casings out of him.
He like talks and he's like, "Puny Americans," right? He's Russian.
He's
We're like, what are we?
What the fuck? Why are they losing in the Ukraine?
Yeah. They got Bigfoot. What's going on then? Dude, we're gonna talk more about this next episode. But did you hear that Russia put out a warrant for Lindsey Graham?
Oh, did you hear? We'll talk about it next episode. But they arrested 5 of their scientists that worked on this hypersonic missiles
No.
because we gave the Ukrainians the Patriot missile system,
Oh,
and we're like,
Lord.
"Hey, test it out for us on Russian shit."
Oh,
So they shot
Lord
down a bunch of their
Jesus.
hypersonic missiles, and the Russians are like, "It's treason, then." Straight up, and they arrested the scientists in charge of the treason.
Damn. All right, so we went through Wendigos. We went through Lechuzas. We went through Lechuzas. Went through rakes. Bigfoot. We touched on Bigfoot.
Yeah.
Is there anything else we got?
I think that's it, really.
That's all the cryptids we got. Some people don't like Mothman. Whatever.
Mothman ain't a cryptid.
Whatever.
If when you come home he ain't in your closet, is he a cryptid?
Okay.
If he can't murder
Alright.
you, is he a cryptid?
He can murder you.
Yeah, but not where we are.
I mean, not where we are, sure. But then they say there's no big feet around here either.
Bro, Fallout 76 taught me anything.
Okay.
It's that Mothman's your friend.
All right. That's right. Mothman is in there, right?
Yeah, he is.
Oh God. Well, I mean, I think that's pretty much it, right?
That is, yeah.
Man, we got a couple of things going up. Do you remember anything about your cigar from last episode? We're supposed to rate those.
Yeah, it was Joe's blend.
Yeah, my Añejo 888, one
Good
of the
as
best
always.
fucking cigars I've ever smoked in my
Joe's
life.
cigar is pretty damn good.
Joe's cigar is definitely fucking good.
Mm-hmm.
And I, you know what? I saw some at Club the other day.
Yeah, it seems like they're slowly getting. Well,
I don't think they're slowly getting them in. I think they're slowly getting rid of them. I think they're
bringing boxes out.
Yeah, I think they're bringing out whatever they have, and whatever's done is done. Like it's gone.
Yeah.
So that's something to very much look at. But I love my cigar. My cigar, I give it a 10. I give it a 10.
I'll give Joe solid 9.5.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. If you get a chance to get down there and get some of Joe's, it's like 601, 301?
Something like
Maybe
that.
something like that. I'll put it here. Right there. You see it? Okay, good. Go get some of those cigars. I'll put whatever it's called right there. I want to say it's like 601, 301 or something like that. But really, really good. And they only have a few more. I know for a fact they only have a few more at Club. So get in the Club. Get whatever you can while you're there. Next episode, we are going to talk about our favorite scary movies. Favorite scary movies? I'm a scary movie fucking nerd. I love scary movies. I love them. I can watch them all day. I'm a psychopath. I can sit in a dark room by myself, empty house, watch a scary movie. You know why?
You know why?
Because I know the only thing that can give me is a rake.
Yeah, straight up.
That's it.
100%.
That's all.
Except for whatever opened your blinds.
Whatever opened my blind. That is all true. That's all true. We came in here to film, and I was in here earlier, and that blind wasn't open. We came in here, we were setting up, and I was like, hey, who opened that blind? Just curious, and nobody said they did it. So I've got that going for me, and I've got to edit tomorrow all day in this fucking room. So
What if it's just not in this room?
honestly though, I'll be the guinea pig. Fucking bring it. There's something in here. Fucking bring it. If I'm not on next episode.
We watched enough of Bizarre Bub to know not to ask him to bring.
I don't fucking believe it. I'm here. Fucking bring it. I'll be in here all day tomorrow. Fucking bring it. If I'm not next episode,
The fucking camera goes out.
We know ghosts are real. What do you call it? Yeah. So, and I'm telling you right now, you listen to the next episode, I'm going to talk a lot about the news in the beginning. So good luck. That's all I'm saying. There's a lot going on in the news right now. We got everything from the Attorney General for Texas is being impeached on 20 counts of. There's 20 articles of impeachment that they got him on, and I've got my list up there. If you look at it, I printed the whole thing out. We're gonna look at that. We're gonna look at what else we're looking at? Oh, I talk about the debt ceiling, what the debt ceiling is, what happens if we default on our debt, some stuff like that. We came to an agreement already about the debt ceiling. It's still got to be passed, but we'll talk about that a little bit.
No, and we can't. They're cutting the military budget in the new bill for the debt ceiling.
Well, they said that it couldn't be touched until 2025. I think.
Yeah, but I think the issue was that they're not raising it with inflation. They said.
Yeah. Stuff like work requirements for some people between 50 and 54 on food stamps. That's inside the new thing. We're going to talk about a new type of engine coming out. Yeah.
Well, there's a new one today. There's a new one in the news today that Seoul, South Korea's capital, their air raid sirens are going off, and they're telling people to get ready to evacuate.
Okay.
And I'm like, no, Kim Jong-un, you will not, right?
Yeah, Kim Jong, where's he going to run to, right? The boy don't run at all. Me sitting here, right? What do you call it? Yeah. So this thing called liquid piston, it's a thermodynamic cycled power.
Hey, we'll get into it next time.
I'm super excited about this shit. But I mean, tune in next, because we're talking about some stuff, man. Talking about some stuff, scary movies. We got the news, and I think we're gonna start doing that in most segments. We're gonna start with some news, shit going on.
Just to keep everyone out there who doesn't look at the news, Ricardo.
Come on, Ricardo. God damn it.
I know he'll hear that. I know text me later about it.
And listen to me. I will try to keep my biases out of it as much as possible and just talk about what's out there and
We don't
what's
want to
going
get
on.
canceled already.
I mean, Lord, who knows? Probably some of the stuff we talk about probably gets canceled, but we'll enjoy it till we get there then.
Mm-hmm.
What do you call it? So we've got that news, scary stories, cigars.
Yep,
Who doesn't like that?
exactly.
Who doesn't like news?
And if you don't like that,
oh God.
I mean,
so
just
scared.
comment down below. We need the traction.
Yeah, so as we ask everybody every single time we come on here, please like, comment, subscribe. Again, me and Javi are doing a giveaway. Once we reach 100 subscribers on YouTube, we're giving away 5 cigars. We're talking about premium cigars. We're talking about very premium cigars. We're talking about very good cigars. Shit you can't get anymore. Guarantee you cannot get them anymore. And if you can get them, you're gonna have to do some stuff to get these. So I know what you did if you got these. So we're gonna get some goodies for you, and then TikTok. We are trying to get 1,000 followers on TikTok. 1,000 followers. Once we reach that, we're gonna release an episode or a video on TikTok. You have to like, comment, and we'll make sure you're a subscriber. And then from the comments, we will pick somebody. We're gonna put it. We'll even if we get to 1,000, we get to do lives.
Yeah.
That's part of the reason why we want to get to
I got
1,000. You see what I mean? So we can do lives on TikTok. When we get to 1,000, we'll do a live and we'll pick the winner. Then we'll put it into a generated
We'll do
wheel.
an AI, you know?
Yeah, a wheel or something. And it'll pick a name, and whoever that name is, we will get in contact with you, verify you're over the age of 21, and then you'll get your cigars.
Mm-hmm.
And they're going to be 10 cigars. 10 cigars. 10 free cigars.
We're giving them 10.
We're giving them 10.
Poor little Timmy's all bummed out right now.
Yeah, we're giving away 10 cigars. Javi will provide 9, and I'll provide 1. Javi definitely has more cigars than I do.
Maybe.
I think so. I think he got me bad a little bit.
Maybe.
I don't know. We'll definitely throw some really good goodies in there. And then now there's officially Two Guys Rambling merch, actually, because we have the koozies now.
Oh,
So
yeah.
you'll get your 5 cigars with the koozie and 10 cigars with 2 koozies.
Yes.
Well, how's that sound?
Yeah, that's
Sounds
good.
pretty good, right? We just came up with that right now, so I hope you like that. So please like, comment, subscribe. What we ask everybody to do is send this podcast to 2 people. If you can send it to 2 people and shit on us, you can send it to 2 people and whatever the hell you want to do with this. But please, please, please like, comment, subscribe. We, all 3 of us, absolutely enjoy doing this.
Mm-hmm.
I look forward to it every week. Coming and sitting down and talking with these guys and talking about all the stuff that we talk about, and it's just so enjoyable, and I really enjoy it. And I hope that there is some enjoyment in this for y'all too. And listen, we little by little we get a little bit more views, and we're hoping that we can get more. So please, what we ask is that you please share this with 2 people. Help us grow our community a little bit more. But not only that, we want to hear what you guys want to hear about too. So if there is something going on somewhere and you want to learn about it and you don't want to do the research, let us know. Let us know. We'll do it. Comment down below. We appreciate everybody that watches and listens. We're up to, I think, 49. We're up to 49 subscribers on YouTube now. So, I mean, we're really close to that 100.
good.
Yeah, we're really close to that 100. Literally almost halfway there. So, please get that. I'm rambling on now. I'm just fucking rambling on.
All right. So like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you guys in the next one.
See you on the next one. Laters.
Bye.
Bye.
Deuces.